resonates with you. So we're a headwear and apparel retailer, as you can see. That's what we do. But I think a lot of people don't really know that we do a lot more than that. One of the businesses that we're involved in is we ship all across the country. So what you're looking at right now is our website. Give me 1 second here. Cool. Okay, this site actually ships product all across the country. So we're currently shipping product right now to Britain, all of the United States, Puerto Rico, South America at times, Central America, Australia. Not all the products we sell, we ship across the country, but a big portion of our custom or be your brand section of our site is what we really ship across the country. So along with the products that you guys see that we sell, like New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and all this stuff, we are actually an apparel decorator. So like a machine like this, we make some of the hats that we sell, some of the designs that we actually sell directly to our customers. So in our Berlin facility, we produce and ship out a lot of products for customers like you guys. If you have like an up and coming clothing brand, we would make the stuff on our machines and ship it out for you guys. All right? If you guys have any questions, I'm not sure where to take the conversation. I'd kind of prefer to just answer questions and let people ask me what they want to ask me. So anybody have a question? You do have a question. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a list of questions. You have a list of questions? Wow. All right, cool. I like that part better. What's up?
What makes you different from like other hat stores?
What makes us different? Just the way we approach retail, man. I don't approach retail in terms of selling products to people. I approach it in selling an experience and then connecting with them. The sales part of it for me is just like, that's just like a byproduct of what we do. We build a place where people can feel good about, and then we connect with them through social media. So we're very active on that. So I think that's, selling hats is not different than a lids or anybody else in the market. I think what makes us different is how we approach that. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How do you feel you compete with lids?
You know, I don't think we do. Like a lot of the stuff that you see, like you think the first thing that you think when you see our store is lids, right? Because there's a lot of hats. But really, when you peel back the layers of the onion, you start to realize that we're very unlike each other. For example, we're not really just a sports licensed headwear store. We sell apparel. We make apparel. We have direct-to-garment machines which print shirts. We have full-scale embroidery in Berlin, which prints a lot of different hats. We make a lot of other products. So that side of the business just adds another layer. And then I think our website's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
How'd you make the website?
I didn't make it. I can't take credit for it. Actually, funny story. I like a couple of the questions you guys asked. Who asked the question so far? Was you? And you back there, right? I'm gonna throw this to you. Try to catch it, all right? All right, cool. You got it? You got it? You asked who made the website, right? About 3 years ago, I tried making a site myself. I sucked at it. Like, I failed every time. I did it about 3 times, failed over and over and over, and then I got smart. I said, the reason why I'm failing is because I'm trying to do too much myself. So I hired, how old are you guys?
18.
17. All right, so some of you are legal, yeah? Or almost legal. So I hired a barely legal kid, like one of you guys, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid, and he was working for me in one of my stores, and I just noticed that he was like, this kid was so smart. Like everything that he was doing was just so focused. So I presented the idea of building a website, and now he's actually a partner in the business. So he's about 20 years old now, and he owns a part of that.
How do you guys manage to keep up with advertising as technology like advances?
Advertising?
Yeah.
We don't advertise. I don't believe in that. Advertising is like something that people did 20 years ago. You know, like on Mad Men. We don't do that. In this new world, the only way that you're going to get your point across is if you're connecting with people, like legitimately connecting with people. I'm not talking about like, I'm going to put up a hat and you're going to buy it, like, or like I'm going to post a hat on our social media and maybe you'll buy it. That's not really connecting with people. I think for us, our business is predominantly how do we connect with people. I think when I tell you guys don't really understand what I'm saying because you don't really know the backstory of how we engage people on social media. the way that we engage social media is we take people through the process of how we build a store. Like we have a YouTube channel, right? And in the YouTube channel, I took everybody through the build out of the store from scratch, like from the design aspect to where the counters were going to be, and just like, I guess stuff that I care about, and there's some people online that do care about. So that group of people is the people that I engage, right? Or like people that want to start a brand, a clothing brand, right? Because we're a custom decorated apparel business, we connect with them on that level. We understand that. So we take an approach of really connecting with them, and that's what I mean by that. Does that make sense? Yeah. I asked you.
Why this type of business? Like, why did you choose Hasbro?
Because I grew up in the hood. I don't know how else to answer that. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Sunset Park, and where I grew up, money was kind of tight. So when I was a kid, I would walk around the neighborhood, and there were stores like this where, if you didn't have the money, you couldn't really be inside. You could enjoy it from the outside. So I wanted to give that experience to everybody without even having to walk in. Right? Good question. You can have a half an hour. Yeah. Right there.
So do you basically just let the business advertise itself?
Wait, hold on. First of all, I love questions and answers way better than just talking about what we do. See, that worked out so much better. Go ahead. What was your question?
Do you essentially just let the business advertise itself through word of mouth and the hat itself, the logo?
Yeah, no. I genuinely want to connect with people. That's it. And if I can genuinely connect with people through the way that we market, then I don't advertise. I don't pay for advertising.
So your goal isn't really to reach out to people, it's just to sell it here, let people walk in.
My goal is to connect with people online, not to market to them online, and I don't advertise on a blow up. We have a store. I build it out. It looks great. That's my advertisement. And if I didn't build out a dope store, then nobody would care, and I would need to advertise. But I don't advertise because I just spend all the money on I care about ceiling heights and the way the place. First thing that you guys noticed, right, when you walked in, you're like, it smelled good. I have like 4 scent machines in here. That's why it smells good. So like, that's my advertisement. I'd rather give the value to the people that are walking in the store and they're experiencing the store versus put out an ad in the Courier Post, which nobody reads. I hope nobody's family works for the Courier Post. Like, if somebody's like in a paper, nobody reads the paper anymore. So.
How did you decide to come from like Brooklyn to Ocean City?
Free rent. My family moved down to Jersey. They offered me free rent. That did not last. I started paying rent, and then I had to get real.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a certain like age group that you target for like who you sell your stuff to?
Damn, you guys are smart. All right. This is like a smart class, dude. Are kids just as smart generally, or?
It's our business academy.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's for you. Right back there. All right. Somebody just asked me a question. You asked me a question, right? You asked me the question. You said, how do we target market people, right? Yeah, so if you're talking, it depends on what layer you're talking about, right? So if you're talking about this layer, the way that we target market people is we put the stores in areas where you would find them, right? Like I have to put if I'm gonna build out a store like this and I'm gonna merchandise this place and I'm gonna do this correctly, I have to put it where you can find it. If it comes to creating custom apparel, right? We just target people that are of interest to that. For example, how many of you guys are all business majors? Anybody know what backtracking is? Anybody at all? Okay, so when you guys watch a YouTube video and you watch a certain amount of a YouTube video, YouTube knows that, right? So the reason why you guys can watch YouTube videos for free is because they're collecting data, right? So you guys should know that, right? So what we do as a business is we target people that have watched certain amounts of videos in order to sell them custom apparel. So for example, if my man over here wants to start a clothing brand, I caught you off guard, woke you up. Okay, right? If you want to start he's like straighten his back. So if you want to start like a custom t-shirt brand, right? And you've watched 60 videos of like John's custom t-shirt starting brand business, right? Probably I want to get to know you, right? So that's how we target market people online. When it comes to the boardwalks and the stores, we just put them where people are. Like I'm not gonna build a store in the cut. Like I'm gonna put it where everybody is, right?
Do you compare your prices with stores like Lids and stuff like that?
No, I don't care about what they do.
That's what most of like everyone says when we keep going to the businesses. They really don't care what others do.
No, I don't care what they do. I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And if that works, great. And if it doesn't, I did what I wanted.
Like, where do you get the data, like, to know, like, how many, like, views, how many, like, videos people watch about on a certain thing?
YouTube's funny. They like making money. You know?
It's oily.
They want you to make money. They want you to convert, right? So they're going to give you almost information indirectly on where you should go and where you should market to. So for example, if you fit in the demographics, if you're watching a lot of these videos, like for example, Logan Paul, is he still cool? He's not cool. Who's cool right now? I'm not cool, so who's cool right now? Bryce Gum. Okay, he's that clout gang, right? Yeah, all right. So let's say Rice Gum. If you're watching 62 Rice Gum videos, YouTube knows that. So when I go out to put out a post and advertise, YouTube will aggregate that information and put that in a place for me and say, hey, look, this video seems to pertain to these people. You probably should add this demographic group to them. All Rice Gum people.
That's cool.
You get me?
Do you pick your styles or do your customers like?
I do all the buying for the company.
So how do you differentiate what styles you want? Like whatever's like popular like today, or like how do you pick up styles?
I buy what the 16-year-old version of me couldn't. That's it, to answer your question. Or I'll put myself in the perspective. Like I can't always do that, right? Like some stuff, I can't be a 16-year-old girl. I never wanted to be, but I can't be. So like all those hats right there, right? If I'm buying for a girl, I gotta think like my wife does. That's my wife, by the way.
Hey guys.
So I try to put myself in the position of the buyer. So if I'm buying for me, for guys, for younger guys, I will try to put myself in their place. And I only buy what I think I want. If I don't like it, I'm not buying it.
So you don't take anything else into consideration to like with your.
You got to take everything into consideration. There's products that I buy that are like, people are really buying this? How are they buying this stuff? But sometimes I have to make certain exemptions to the rule because it's not like black or white. But for the most part, I buy what I like. Like I grew up on Street Fighter, so I buy Stan Street Fighter socks, right? Like I grew up on, Bone Thugs and like Snoop Dogg, so I will buy products that relate back to the culture, and they're still cool because it's a star, right?
How many years have you been here with this store?
This store?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think that's a great question. I think the first question you should ask how many years I've been in business.
Yeah.
So you guys are how old?
14 to 18.
14 to 18, right? So how old do you guys think I was when I started my first business? You guys are like, you don't know how lucky you are right now, because this is gonna hit you guys probably a lot harder than some of the other guys out there. How old? 12? Bro, you're not legal at 12. Nobody's listening to you, man.
Early mid.
19. When I started my first business, I actually started in the surf mall. I opened up a cell phone store in the surf mall when I was 19. And I was so young that I couldn't even really tell people my age because they wouldn't take me seriously. You're like trying to sign a lease and stuff, and they're like, dude, you're a 19-year-old kid, not signing a lease. So that was a good question. Who asked that? There you go.
I already got one.
Oh, you got one already?
Yeah.
Okay. We got another one.
So like, you say you make like clothes for like new companies?
No, we make clothes for new companies, and we also make clothes for up-and-coming brands. Like for example, here's a really interesting section of the business, right? You guys are business students. You guys will appreciate this. So one thing that we do, I came up with this concept called Be Your Brand. And what Be Your Brand is, it allows artists, musicians, rappers, bands, I don't care who you are, Clock Gang, Rice Gum, you name it, like whoever it is, to create, design their own products on our website, and then we manufacture it on our back-end system, and ship, pack, and send it out for them. And they get a check. They get paid.
Do you keep like, if you like that brand, like let's say like they had like a good idea, would you sell that in your store and keep a percentage of what they just made?
Great question. Not yet. Not yet. I try to separate the the two as much as possible. The online business is a different thing. It's a completely different thing. It requires a different set of tools and a different set of skills. So I try to separate them as much as possible. But yes, we're in talks with some of the ambassadors that we have to do like in-store signings and stuff. Yes. I just want to pull this up for you guys. Just give me 1 second, because I think this is important to what we're talking about. So this is Tone Trump. He's a rapper out of Philadelphia, right? He's got, his last album was produced by CeeLo Green. This is one of his songs. I want to make sure there's no cursing in here because your teacher's gonna get mad at me.
That's alright.
Right. I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna play a little clip for you guys just so you can see it. But I haven't filtered this, teachers, so don't get mad at me, all right?
Mr. Jones.
Okay. So he's a rapper out of Philadelphia. He's been in the movie Creed. You guys have seen the movie Creed, the last one with Michael B. Johnson. He was the guy that got into a fight with Michael B. Johnson, the girl, right? So he's actually an account that we have. We pack and ship all his merchandise off our website, and it gets fulfilled off our. He's a very religious Muslim person, so this is his product line, and his customer base really connects to this brand. We've literally done 5 figures in business with this guy in the last month or so. So he's a very, very active person on our website, but this is just kind of some of the stuff that we do, right? So you were asking me what makes this different from Lids. It's a completely different business, right? We pack, we ship, customer goes on the website through his Instagram link, it clicks the link, takes them to our site, order gets placed, we ship it out every month. On the first of the month, he gets paid. That's it. Questions?
Are you planning to expand? Maybe get a new location?
I'm all over the world. Where else you want me to be? Right?
Would you want to open like another store?
We just opened up this store 2 years ago. We opened up the store in Berlin, and I rented. My wife's gonna kill me if I open up another store. But I opened up a store in Wildwood about 6 years ago, and I re-renovated it because I didn't think it was good enough, so I renovated it again. And we moved like 6 doors down. It's a bigger building. It's a completely different place. Let's see if I can just take you through that real quick. Let's see here.
Oh, isn't that the one right there?
Just give me a second. I just want to bring you guys to that so you see it. So this is our YouTube channel. About 2 weeks ago, we do a lot of our marketing through this. You guys can watch this at your leisure. I hear myself talk enough. I don't really want to see any of this, but I want to show you like the YouTube video.
How many subs you got?
We started about 11 months ago. We got about over 1,000 subs right now. So and I've done no twerks, not one twerk to get 1,000 subs. So that's pretty good if you think about it like that, right? If somebody's putting out like a YouTube video and they're putting themselves out there in a certain way, I guess they can get more viewers. But I do product reviews, you know.
Are you the one that makes the videos?
I concept the videos. I edit some of them. I was editing them. I'm too busy now. I have an editor. So this is the Wildwood store. I would say it's the largest headwear store in the area. It's about 2,000 square feet, 15-foot walls. So I kind of based our design off of this. You guys don't have to watch the full video. Alright, but this is all of it, alright? This is what makes us different as a business. Does it make a little bit more sense now? Yeah. Any other questions? Anybody else?
Like when you started this business, like what are the struggles you had?
I didn't have any money. It's like the biggest struggle when you want to do something. You don't have any money, nobody wants to give you money.
So how'd you get like manufacturers to help you compete?
First of all, I told you guys I started at 19, right? How much money do you have at 19? Not a lot, right? I started my business in an outdoor flea market, selling phone accessories outside on a table, literally the size of this. From here to about there. See, everybody's got this misconception about starting a business. You gotta have a lot of money, you gotta have like a rich dad, or the rich uncle, I had zero of that, right? So I literally started selling on a table outside in a flea market with $2,000. So from $2,000, I grew that to X amount of dollars. And then I found my way down in here. And I hooked up with, I guess you guys know Miss Brown? Yeah. Right? So Miss Brown's husband is Wes Casmart. That's why I'm talking to you guys. He's one of my best friends, right? So his family owns the Surf Mall. So the reason why I know you guys through the school system is because of him. So I hooked up with him and I started my first store in there. And then from $2,000, I worked like 15-hour days, literally, a lot, 7 days a week, 6 days a week.
Every day, all summer.
Yeah, she'll attest to that, right? So like I worked every day, all summer. I didn't take no days off. I didn't take no breaks. Just built it from there. And every step of the way, because you're out working, you're out hustling, doors will open for you. That's it. It's not about money, bro. I didn't have any money, but it's really not about money, right? What? Any questions? Any other questions?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Thank
Glad
you.
that helped out, all right? You guys, did I give out enough hats? Oh, one other thing I want to talk to you guys about before you leave. I know you guys want to leave now. You're done with me, all right?
No, you're pretty cool.
The next step of the next level of our business, right? This year, not do rags. What part of the hood are you from? Yeah, do rags are dope, but these are not do rags, guys. The next, for you guys that are business majors, here's one thing I would definitely, if there's one thing I would tell you, connect the dots. You understand what I'm saying by that? Connect the dots. If you're not connecting the dots on where things are gonna be, you're gonna be left in the dust. So like the next part of our business is, like I'm buying all this stuff from manufacturers, right? Wrong. We're going to be creating products direct to our consumers in our facilities in China. Right, so I have a Chinese supplier and I work hand in hand with them, and we're now picking out our cloth so you guys can just feel the materials there. So for example, let me give out a few more hats. So this is Foot Clan. This is our own private label. That's why we're wearing these shirts. We manufacture and produce our own products now overseas as well. I'm not talking about the decorating part. I'm talking about the full product, like the labeling and everything. So you guys can just pass this around real quick so you can see it.
What was the cloth thing? We compare that.
It's one thing to sell other people's products. It's one thing to decorate other people's products. We are now creating our own custom fabrics from manufacturers in China.
What are you gonna make from these fabrics?
It's velvet. Anything. Velvet's dope. Like, look at it. It's terry. Just different materials, different fabrics, different. You gotta connect the dots. So, I guess I told you guys that because that's something that took me 16 years to figure out. So, try to figure that out quick. All right. Who else asked me a really, really good question? I feel like there was like some really good questions. That guy over there. Yeah, that guy right there. Who else? Yeah, keep going. Okay, who asked a really good question too?
How long have you been in business?
16 years. I look young, but it's deceiving. I've actually been out here for 16 years. Like, I'm actually a boardwalk vet, but when you look at me, you think that...
All the businesses we talk to, they have the same common message as you're giving.
Really? What's the message that they're giving?
Product, outwork the next person. Don't worry about what other price is. Know your own product. You're delivering the same common theme.
I think because that's... If you intend on being successful and you're constantly looking to the left and to the right of you, you're not focused on forward. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It really doesn't matter. You're not. By the time you figure out what they're doing, you're like so far behind. It doesn't really matter. What's my man over there?
He wants to give you a hat.
I think you got one already. So you probably should give it to the girl. Oh, okay. So then you got one. There you go. Cool. Guys, we're hiring. That's the last of it. Okay, I gave you hats. Now I'm asking for jobs. We're hiring. So here's what you should. Hold on. Here's what you guys should do. If you're a business major and you're trying to do some real stuff, go apply. All right. It's on the bottom of our site in the career opportunity side of it. But I gotta warn you, this version of me that you're seeing right now is not the same version you're gonna get when you work for me. All right. The one that you're getting when you work for me is like. You gotta be willing to work your butt off, because that's what I do, right?
Do people like steal? Like just walk in?
Do people
here
steal?
And, like, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing you want to understand about theft. If you don't have anything people want, they're not gonna steal it. If people don't steal anything in your store, it means you have nothing of value. So I have a lot of things of value. So of course they're gonna try to steal.
And like, what do you do in that?
You call the police, they get locked up. That's it, you let the police do their job. You know? I got security I mean, if they try to, this is part of the game, you know? I have security cameras, I have security gates, I have everything that starts with security. If they're gonna steal, you know, they're gonna get jammed up. It's not really worth it for a hat. Right? Cool?
Thank you.
Nice meeting you guys, alright? Thank you. I really enjoyed this. Thank you guys. Absolutely.
I gotta tell you, this is.
I want to buy multi brand.
We've got a couple.